What's up, boys and girls? So I'm having me a little coffee right now and prepping for a dive. I'm gonna go pick Jinx up, and we're gonna probably come down here in front of the house and hop into the water. So if you watch this channel, you probably follow my Instagram, and you probably seen I had a nice little episode a few weeks ago where I was coming back up from a 90-foot dive and broke the surface and then just went completely dark. Had a blackout. I was kind of in I don't want to say denial about it for a while, but I was kind of hazy. I couldn't really put it together, you know, what exactly had went down. But I thought maybe I just had a loss of motor control, and that was kind of it, right? But the more I've talked to my dive buddy, and the more you know, I've looked into it, I actually did blackout. So it was eye-opening to say the least. I used to go all the time by myself, and I never did 90-foot drops by myself or anything really below 60. I tried to at least keep it on the safe side, but to be honest, I don't think that really matters. I think it can happen to you or anybody at any time. So just a little backstory on what happened. So I was doing a pretty deep drop. We'd seen some big snappers that were hanging out in those two rocks in the video right below there, but when I got down there, naturally they holed up. They went back in their caves, and I waited around for a minute just to see if they would come back out. And then a Tata guy started coming in, so I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna stick around and try to get that Tata guy. And I took the shot, missed, and then my shaft got kind of hung up in the rocks. So instead of doing the smart thing, which is just letting my gun go and diving back down and getting it, I was trying to pull the shaft loose. And then when the shaft wouldn't come loose, I tried to take the drag off my reel so I could bring my gun up with me and hopefully pull the shaft up instead of you know, having to dive all the way back down, which was kind of stupid. That on top of me getting flustered from that just you know, spiked my heart rate a little bit, and I made it to probably about 45 feet from the surface, and I was having really hard contractions, and I just looked up and I was like, dude, there ain't no way I make it. There's no way I'm gonna make it. And I started waving for my dive buddy. I give him a hand signal. I was like, dude, come get me. Come get me. And you know, I didn't know it at the time, but he was already below me. He knew I was struggling, and he was already underneath me, just waiting to see if I didn't make it up and try to grab me. But I did make it to the surface, put my snorkel in, and then it was just kind of dark from there. I don't remember much about it. I remember me laying on my back and my eyes opening and me just looking up at the sky and just looking at Jeremiah and being like, I'm here. Oh man, it was it's pretty scary, to say the least. Kind of eye-opening, but I love diving. I'm not gonna let that, you know, keep me from spearfishing. I absolutely love spearfishing. It's the most addictive and the funnest thing to do in the entire world. So you just have to be careful. You know, take safety precautions, do what I need to do to be safe. It is a you know, a relatively safe thing to do if you're doing it right. And you know, making 90, 100-foot drops without somebody with you is not smart. And I know we see YouTube guys do it all the time. Everybody on YouTube has done it. Everybody who dives has done it, you know, before they went by themselves. But I'm here to tell you, not a bright idea. So that's it. I'm gonna get off my fucking soapbox. I'm gonna suit up, go pick Jinx up, and we're gonna come back down here to Billy Bay and shoot some fish. So it's been raining like the last 3 or 4 days, and kind of thought the water would be murky, but it's not. We're up here at the fort. It looks pretty clear, so maybe that's a sign to not go back to the house and to get in somewhere down here. I think that's what we're gonna do. Looks good. Looks good. The executive decision has been made to come down to Humåtak Bay. We're on the other side of the bay from the sign. You can see it way over there. We call it Cemetery Side, and right up top of that hill is where we were looking down earlier. So we're gonna hit right here, and hopefully it goes good. I'm gonna suit up, get in the water. All right, so let's hop right into it. This is my first drop of the day, and I'm literally right off the ledge out in the bay, and it's only like 15-20 feet deep right here. And we really chose this spot because they've been pulling Atulai out of the bay here lately, and when the Atulai are in, and you see guys out there with the net across the bay just wrangling up a shit ton of Atulai, that's when you know that all the predatory fish have moved in. So we kind of plan to stick around in the bay right here and see what come in, and it actually ended up working out. There was a lot of fish that were moving in and out, as you'll see here in a second. But this is just a warm-up drop. I'm just dropping down to get my lungs warmed up and just kind of take in the surroundings and see what's happening. All right, so this is my very next drop, and I'm over in this area that's right out in the center of the bay. I came over here because Jeremiah was waving at me, and he's like, "Hey, you need to get over here right now. There are fish everywhere over here." And so I scoot on over there, and I take a drop. It's right around 25-30 feet. And I get down here, and I just look up, and he's right, man. There are fish everywhere. Check out that big school of blackfin barracuda. And then there's this little jack crevalle hopping in and out. And there's also a couple of tarpon that are kind of on the the outer edges of the range, but you can't really see them because of the murk. But I line it up on this jack crevalle, and it's actually a bad shot. I kind of let him pass a little bit more before I took the shot, so I landed right behind his dorsal fin, and they're horrible for ripping off at that point. I'm terrified right now that he's going to rip off.
They're here.
And I take a look down, and that's exactly what happens. He takes a big thrash, and then he's gone. And he's moving really slow, and Jeremiah thinks that he can get down there and get another shot in him before he takes off, but that did not happen because Jeremiah's flag line was wrapped around my leg, and he couldn't get down there at all. So there's another one lost. Seems to be happening to me a lot lately. So we decide that we're going to set out here in the bay, and we're gonna play this murk for as long as we can. And we like to land right on the edge of this murk. And what this is the tide's going out. So as the tide's going out, it'll drag this this stuff that's been kicked up out into the bay as it goes. And we just kind of follow this line where the clear water is at and where the murk is at. And if you do that, you can stay hidden in there, and the fish can't really see you. And if you're in the right spot, you should have a clear view of them. And we try to play that for a little while, just to see how far it'll get us. You can see there's tarpon out there. They're moving. They're swimming in and out and darting in and out. And there's big schools of them that are moving all around. And I can see them right now. You're just not able to see them on camera. But I called it a board, and I'll just go ahead and surface, and I'll give it another shot. And on the next drop, I'm really kind of in the same area. I didn't move, and notice how it got really clear there for a sec. And that's because I literally dropped right on the edge of the murk, and there's a big tarpon moving in right there, all by his lonesome. So I line it up, take a shot, and it actually went in, you know, back towards his tail, and it actually didn't go through him. The shaft was kind of like lodged in his stomach, so I had to push it through and then turn the shaft back around and put it back through the hole to even get this fish off. But there's my first tarpon. I've never shot a tarpon before. I hear they put up a great fight. This one didn't put up a good fight because he couldn't move his body. These are decent sized guys. The tarpon get way bigger than this though. I hear they get like 200 pounds and like 6 feet long. And I've never seen a tarpon that size. I've seen them out here all the time, and I've never had a chance to shoot one because I generally don't go out and hunt this part of the bay. I like the outside reef edges more, but there he is, just hanging out there. And check out this little structure to my right. That is it's actually a bamboo system, like the root system, and then all the bamboo shoots that washed out during a storm. So now they're just kind of sitting in the bay. And I'm like, man, that seems like a lot of fish would be attracted to that. So I do a drop right beside here. And it's my next drop. So I just land down here and still on the edge of the murk. So I'm kind of hidden by this, and look at all those tarpon, man. They are everywhere. It's to the point where you really don't know which one to shoot. But that guy gets a little close, so I go ahead and pop one in him. And I know it's a bad shot, so I'm racing over to try to grab him and secure him as quick as I can so he doesn't get loose. You can see me spinning around my gun, and he's spinning me around, and I'm just like, oh shit. This guy did put up a fight. He put up a fight until the very last second, until I managed to get him in. I gave him like a big bear hug. As soon as I got him close, I gave him a big bear hug, and I just rammed one of my fingers into his gills as far as I could get it.
They're all still here.
So the murk eventually took over the bay, and we moved out onto the reef, and we didn't stay out here long. I think I took 2 drops, and this is my my final drop of the day out on the reef. But I dropped down here just to see what's up, and there's really nothing happening except for this turtle that's trying to sneak up on me back here. Check him out, and he figures out what I am, and he's like, uh-oh, abort, and takes off. But that was pretty much it. After that, I load my stuff up, and we hop out of the water. All right, there we go. So we're out of the water. Successful day. Here's the haul right here. 2 big tarpon, and I got into a heavyweight bout with this octopus on the way out of the water. He snatched the mouthpiece off my snorkel, and I didn't realize it. So by the time I pried him off all of it, the mouthpiece was gone, and I guess it went to the water and went somewhere. So I no longer have a mouthpiece for my snorkel, but I got a few more at the house, so we'll figure it out. There's Jinx's haul. A jack, some hanging, and he got
first
tarpon too. Is that your first tarpon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, my first 2 tarpons. So I don't know what it was. They were just there today. Like Jinx said, as soon as he went over the fucking edge, there was just big jacks and tarpons everywhere. And I was sitting in the water, and I was like, I was looking around, and then I seen him, and he was like, "Get over here now." And I was like, all right, bet. And I took off, and it just worked out.
You saw him though when I called you?
Huh?
You saw him when I called you?
Did I see him?
Yeah, when I called you.
When I came over there, I saw him, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't see him where I was at, dude. I was like I didn't see anything except for that.
Yeah, when I shot this, dude, it was a giant school, like so much of them. They just kept circling me, but they were staying like out of range. So with this one, I just like saw like the last few of the school going by. I just lunged and boop, shot it. Took a long shot.
Hell yeah. All right, it's hot. We're tired. I want to get these fish in back home and in the freezer. You guys take it easy.